Yo, what up? This is D-Night, and you're listening to the Pardon the Interaction podcast. My oh my, we've had so much going on. For starters, in case you missed it, we've got a new addition to the Pardon Pie family, Tara Dublin. Make sure you go follow her on Twitter at Tara Dublin Rocks. Also, pick up a copy of her book while you're at it. Make her day, The Sound of Settling. A very fun and interesting read compared to the things we talk about on this podcast. But yeah, we're heading toward the do or die time for the 2024 election. Go ahead and hit up joebiden.com. Get that man like $1 a month or something. Help his campaign staff up and get prepared to try and save our democracy. And make sure to grab like one other person you know and tell them about the podcast. Make sure they subscribe and tune in every single week. We got a lot of things coming up for you this year. We need all the support that we can get. So if you do your part and help us grow our audience, we'll do our part and help elect Joe Biden in 2024 and save American democracy. And this is the Pardon the Interaction podcast.
So we had a really, really good weekend. So
I was creeping on your IG. I saw some of them pics. I was like, oh, Ty doing it up.
That's my fun place. And I was telling Kayla because I had gotten tagged. There's been a few of my tweets that have been tagged, like people that I follow on Twitter. We follow each other and they also have IGs, but they're cross-political across the platforms. IG's my fun place. It's just titties and food, soup, pretty much.
That's why we lurk. We're like, oh, there's more titties.
That's my getaway. And so I was talking to Kayla and I go, you know what? I got a ton of new followers based on that tweet that I was tagged in that I did. I go, they're going to find out that there's none of that here.
Yeah.
There could be. We came for the politics and stayed for the titties.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our intro for the podcast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, this is D-Night.
This is Carol. This is Ty.
And you're listening to the Pardon the Interaction podcast, where, after like a week or so of talking about everything but the insurrection, we might actually get around to the insurrection this time. I can't make any promises, but we'll see. We'll see, won't we?
We'll see.
As per the usual, it's been a wild week of news. It gets wackier and wackier.
Wild and wacky news.
You would think with President Biden in charge being a calm, steadying hand.
Wackier and wackier.
As far as steering the nation goes,
Steady
I think things would calm down, but nope, you'd be wrong, right? Cleaning up Trump's mess. He created so many disasters while he was in office that 2 years later, the news is still fucking insane just from cleaning up the shit he left behind. Well, let's dive right into the shit, shall we? Carol, or Ty, rather, after you.
Alrighty. Trump team laptop, thumb drive, classified folders. Former president, and according to Chrissy Teigen, longtime pussy-ass bitch, Donald Trump had his legal team turn over a folder marked classified evening briefings after the U.S. Justice Department issued a subpoena last month for its surrender once prosecutors became aware that it was located inside the private quarters of the former president's Mar-a-Lago resort.
I mean, you think after they searched the place, they would have found every single thing they needed. But anyway,
well,
continue.
You would think that they would have had better places to hide after somebody's been in their house looking for your shit. I mean,
well, they'll
under your fucking mattress.
We'll get to that.
Jesus. I think that's where the balloon was headed. Pick up that shit.
Well, we shot down the balloon. Now we just have to shoot down the giant orange buffoon. Anyway, continue, Ty.
Not advocating violence.
Oh, yeah.
Just good puns and rhymes.
We want him to live. Well, we want him to die, but we just want him to die in prison after living out a long, miserable life. All right, continue.
Yes. The folder was seen in Trump's residence by a team of investigators he hired to search his properties last year for any remaining documents marked as classified. The team transparently included the observation and inventory of Mar-a-Lago and Trump properties in Florida, New Jersey, and New York. Weeks after the report was sent to the Justice Department, the sources said federal prosecutors subpoenaed the folder. The folder is understood to have not been initially returned because the lawyers thought classified evening briefing did not make it classified. for whatever fucking reason.
It's because his lawyers suck.
Well, I'm not entirely certain his lawyers can read, but yes.
Jesus Christ.
Which one was the parking garage lawyer? Was that Haba? Yeah.
Christina Haba, the conglomerate.
Yes, Christina Haba or Alina Bob matchup.
Same shit.
Yep. The backstory the Justice Department was told about the folder was that Trump would sometimes ask to keep the envelopes featuring only the classified evening briefings in red lettering as keepsakes after briefings were delivered. They're not even fucking trying.
No,
like, I can't even. Like, they're not even fucking trying. He's got the fucking Barnum and Bailey of law firms.
He's got the 3-ring circus sideshow of lawyers. That's incredible.
Yes, like I
think you nailed it. As a matter of fact, and we're going to get to this later. Yeah, Corcoran, Haba, and Bob. Yeah, that's the 3-ring circus.
Well, Corcoran's not having a good fucking year because not only.
Oh, we're going to get to it. Save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Save it. All right.
We're going to get to just exactly how bad of a time Corcoran is having here. But yes, you would think they would come up with better lies than like we saw. We didn't think classified meant that it was classified.
He's just so sad and old that he needed this to feel good about himself.
I think this came up in our last podcast, how English is difficult when it's your first language.
Sure did.
Yeah. English is tough. Classified, apparently. I mean, what is it? Fucking opposite day? Like the classified, when it says it on the folder, means it was not. I don't understand. Like it's someone explain.
No, okay. She's saying he took them, the empty ones, as souvenirs, so we didn't think that when we saw the folder that it was classified.
Bitch, they said turn over everything. Not you. I'm talking to Trump's lawyer.
I know. He's like but did everything really include like his pathetic collection of just blank envelopes that he now uses for other stuff?
Carol, the FBI searched his entire fucking property. Don't you think that means that when they like say, hey, if you have anything else
I'm not saying I'm following this line of reasoning. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm asking you to make it make sense. You're like, I can't do that for you. I can't make you understand because it's not okay. Yep. All right. Carol, continue.
Lights out. Timothy Parlatore, a lawyer representing Trump in the classified documents case, responded to reports of the empty manila folder marked classified evening briefings that Trump's legal team had returned to the Justice Department last month. Parlatore said, he has one of those landline telephones next to his bed, and it has a blue light on it, and it keeps him up at night. So we took the manila folder and put it over so it would keep the light down so he could sleep at night, Parlatore told CNN. I don't know who that guy is, but, I don't know what he sounds like, but I assume it's that.
He actually sounds rather polished and professional. I'll give him that, except until you listen to the content of his words, and then you're like, oh, he's a total jackass too.
Okay, let me change my voice then. It's just this folder. There is nothing legal about it. There's nothing in it, he said.
That's actually pretty good.
When DOJ found out about it, they went crazy, and they actually gave me the subpoena to say, give us over this empty folder that means nothing, he added. Parlatore's comments mimic Trump himself earlier this year when he said on Truth Social that the FBI merely recovered empty folders from his Mar-a-Lago estate.
Oh, wait, I got to do my thing. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. All right. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. Okay, I think I got it. When I was in the Oval Office or elsewhere, papers were distributed to groups of people and me. They would often be in a striped paper folder with classified or confidential or another word on them. When the session was over, they would collect the paper, but not the folders. I saved hundreds of them. The most folders you've ever seen. Remember?
Okay, so that sounded like Cliff Huxtable.
Wait, you made me break character. Trump doesn't laugh because he's a sociopath. If you go back and look at every speech or any public statements Trump's ever given, you've never seen him laugh. Oh, you didn't think about that, did you? Something just clicked for you. Remember,
I knew he was a sociopath. Okay.
These were just ordinary, inexpensive folders with various words printed on them, but they were a cool keepsake.
No explanation was given as to where the folder was during the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago last August.
Hey, man, look, every word that comes out of these people's mouths is, if it's not a lie, it's like a bridge to the next lie. Like, every other word is a lie. I don't understand. Like, who the fuck is using a classified envelope to put out their fucking nightlight? I don't understand. Like,
no, I need to know. My mom had an old school phone and there was no light on it. What the fuck is that? A bat phone? Like, what's that? Blue light? Who has a blue light?
I mean, I guess he's got one of those phones from like the conference room or something where it has all that. I don't know. Like,
unless it's one for like, hearing impaired. So if they have a phone like that the light lets them know that somebody's
that it's ringing. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I know. I mean, he's definitely impaired.
Bro, just wear a fucking eye mask if you can't sleep at night because there's a light. Don't this shit don't make any sense, man.
That is the dumbest. Like, that excuse just proves how incredibly fucking stupid their base is, and they think we are. Because you know good and damn well that there's morons running around. There wasn't even anything in those folders. And you know that without a doubt.
And they're like, yeah, of course it makes absolute sense that he would put the folder over the light on his phone.
Yeah,
like, come on, guys.
They're not doing this because they are trying to convince the DOJ. They're saying this because they're trying to convince the base. They're putting this narrative out there so that it floats around and it gets around. It's like, when the search happened, he was the one that went on, Truth, whatever the fuck it is, and
Untruth Social.
Announced to the world, Untruth Social. Untruth. And then, announced to the world that the FBI was, and then he went on his whole tirade and then pushing his false narrative. That's what they're doing now. That's why, like, if you look, there's a repetition here. I've been studying it. It's kind of my thing right now with my OCD.
Oh, please explain.
Semantics and the repetition. And you keep saying it and saying it.
If you lie enough, people will believe it. Well, that's not new. That's like, Nazi propaganda from 100 years ago. That was their routine. Yep. If you tell the people enough lies over and over, they will start to believe it, whether it's the truth or not. Russia attempts to do the same thing with their state sponsored media. Even though to some degree, like, if maybe they don't expect people to believe the lies, but just enough to muddy the water so that no one knows what to believe, so they don't believe anything. Yeah, this is insane. Like, the thing is, like, lie better than this. Come up with something better than he put the fucking classified folder over the fucking phone, like
over his eyes because he could.
Bitch, we weren't born on January 5th. Like, we not falling for this. I don't even I was watching his lawyer on CNN because I pulled up the clip. And I was like, there's no way he could possibly be saying this he said the shit with a straight face. I could not believe it. He pulled it off. Now, of course, again, like, the words that were coming out of his mouth were totally asinine. And the look on his face was like, yeah, I know this is full of shit, but this is the job. This is why they pay me the money.
Not only that, but what we know about Trump, does anyone who knows what this piece of shit is like thinks that for 1 minute, if he was being woken up out of his sleep by a blinking light, that he wouldn't have fucking had somebody break that shit with a hammer? Seriously, he's not into inconveniencing himself. He's not into, so he's just living with this blue light that is causing him such distress. It's still a classified folder to rectify it. And what the fuck did he do before he was president? I'm assuming he had the same goddamn phone.
Well, the other thing is, he can reckless speculation here, allegedly consumes narcotic substances. he likes the uppers. That's probably why he never sleeps and was always up fucking tweeting at night or watching reruns of Fox News and shit. And also up at like 6 o'clock in the morning tweeting. When the fuck does he sleep? Like, why does he need to even put the I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this shit. Carol, you alive? What you doing?
I'm looking at my phone.
Are you playing spelling bee?
No, I'm just.
Are you
dicking around?
You sexting with the hubby?
No, I'm just looking at Facebook.
I thought we deleted Facebook from our phones. Didn't we all agree that like Facebook was
Yeah, I did, and it sucks. And it's worse than the last time I quit. I quit like in 2021 at some point.
And now you're back.
I'm back on it because
back into you.
It's just the easiest way to like get to talk to people in this town where I
Messenger.
live.
See, you delete Facebook, but you keep the Messenger, and then that way
there's like local groups. I mostly use it for Marketplace, and like this, there's this buy nothing group. Like it's so helpful to get rid of stuff on the buy nothing.
I'm not judging you. I know Facebook
because I don't have to throw it out, and I can like get people to take most of the stuff.
Well, we can't get Trump off the speedballs, but I can at least try and get you off.
The gunman is still at large.
Gunman's still at large. Jesus.
The gunman from the mall shooting.
Oh yeah, in El Paso. Hey, look, no gun talk tonight. We not bringing this mood down. We gotta.
Well, Carol said Facebook, so I thought.
Oh no! Just because she said it doesn't mean you have to open it. It's okay. All right, continuing on. Catching aides from Russia. No, not that kind of aides. Around the same time, Trump's lawyers turned over the empty folder. They also returned in December a box of materials, some of which were marked as classified, and in January, a laptop and thumb drive onto which the contents of the box had been scanned last year by a junior aide working for Trump Save America PAC. The junior Trump aide, according to what one of the sources said, was apparently instructed to upload the documents by top Trump aide Molly Michael to create a repository of what Trump was doing while in office, and was apparently careless in scanning them onto her laptop. I mean, I don't know how the fuck you could possibly be that careless with classified documents. I don't understand. Make it make sense for me. When Trump's legal team told the Justice Department about the uploads, federal prosecutors demanded the laptop and its password, warning that they would obtain a subpoena, summoning the aide to Washington to grant them access to the computer. To avoid a subpoena, Trump legal team agreed to turn over the laptop in its entirety last month, though they did not allow federal prosecutors to collect it from Mar-a-Lago. The aide, Chamberlain Harris, studied abroad in Russia during the summer of 2019, because of course she fucking did. Now I'm not implying that there's like some connection between Russia and this aide with the stolen laptop data. I mean, 2019, that's 4 years ago. I mean, I want to fucking say it's impossible, but like, goddamn, like, how does every time some fucking some shit fuckery comes up with this guy, it's like someone's connected to Russia? It's just impossible. Like, granted, I know it's a coincidence, but good God, how the fuck is the world so small that everyone in your orbit is from Russia? Now, supposedly the documents that the aide was sorting through in the box, that they digitized and uploaded, downloaded to the thumb drive and the laptop were related to Trump's schedule, maybe like his travel schedule when he was in office. I don't know. That's not even the point. Like, of course, that information, if that's, the extent of it, isn't remotely valuable as far as like, espionage or, traded to foreign governments for anything. I mean, like, nothing will come of that. But just the idea that this motherfucker spent all that time bashing Hillary Clinton over some fucking emails when the shit that was in her emails wasn't classified at the time she sent it. And then you spent all this time ragging on Hunter Biden for having a laptop. And then you get caught with the fuck of all the fucking things you could do. The last fucking thing you should do is get caught with classified information on a digital device of any sort, and a laptop at that. I mean, my fucking God, with these people. Like, how does this happen? What kind of I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mind always, it constantly goes back to Mike Flynn. Lock her up. And then they do the same shit. And then like, oops.
It's all projection with them all the time.
How does this happen?
Literally everything. And, they're doing it on purpose. Like, I listen to their language and the things that they say, and they throw it out there at us. So then when it comes, it's just a constant mind fuck.
Yes.
All the damn time.
Every day.
And these attorneys, good fucking God. What the hell?
Has there ever been a worse legal team? It's like the opposite of like OJ's team.
They did have a good defense team, but then Trump doesn't like to pay anybody either.
Well, that's totally fair. Didn't Corcoran get his money up front? Because he was like, nah, ho, I ain't fucking around.
No, it wasn't Corcoran. It was Corcoran. Gosh, what was the name of? No, it was I can't remember his name right now. But he resigned because he thought he was going to be implicated. You remember he was like a resident agent or something. He was defending the Venezuelan. He was connected to Maduro.
Girl, he's had so many terrible lawyers. I can't figure out which one was which. I know there was some lawyer. Basically,
Trump again.
Yeah. Well, Trump called him and he was like, hey, would you like the job? And the dude was like, okay, just pay me $1 million or $3 million up front.
Yeah, $3 million up front. Then shit got real, and he's like, deuces.
But if you look at speaking of the quality of his lawyers,
your ass is corked. Evan the Court Corcoran, a member of Mr. Trump's legal team who handled his responses to the government's requests for the return of classified documents, has appeared before a grand jury and could offer firsthand knowledge of the search the FBI undertook in August and any insights into whether Mr. Trump knew that classified materials were still in his possession at Mar-a-Lago and elsewhere. In May 2022, Mr. Corcoran was in touch with the department after a grand jury subpoena was issued for any remaining classified materials that Mr. Trump retained. He was also on hand the next month when the top Justice Department counterintelligence official visited Mar-a-Lago and collected more than 30 additional classified documents.
Corcoran should have asked for more money.
Yeah, he can ask for it.
It's a little late.
He can fucking get it.
The thing is, they've been paying him out of the Save America PAC money. But now that thing is also under anyway. Just like the investigations are just.
They'll just use their last time legal strategy of opening a Save America PAC 2.
And they'll move all the money from the Save America PAC.
Yes, isn't that what he's trying to do? Trump Organization.
Trump Organization 2.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, Trump Organization.
I mean, they tried that shit.
Roman numerals too. Roman numerals. I. What the fuck? Not even like I said, they're not even trying.
He's a branding genius, right?
They're not even fucking trying.
Oh my God. All right. Yeah.
They're like, no, this Trump Company 2 is Don Jr. and he's the mastermind. Goodbye.
I don't think he'd give Don Jr.
I don't even know him.
Any fucking thing.
Hey, you say that, but like when he was president, he supposedly left business operations up to Don Jr.
Eric is the president.
No, Don and Eric. And but if you look at them, then you knew that was obviously a lie. He was clearly running the thing from the White House. Like, you've seen his kids. Would you put your fucking money in their hands? Absolutely the fuck no. Absolutely not. Ty, where'd you go?
Now, I was getting some water. I've stopped getting bottles of water. Oh shit! Give me just a second, guys. Give me just a second.
Pop that bottle, yo.
Hey, sister.
Pictures of weed. I'm looking at pictures of weed.
Are you talking to the sis?
I'm sorry. I'm
sis, we said
doing my podcast right now. I know you're calling to check on me. I'm fine, sister. We would know.
She cares about you because of this thing at the mall that we won't refer to by name. That's so sweet.
I know. I was sitting, and then my editor, he was like, "Is this near you, Ty?" And I'm go, "It's on the other side of town, but it's like the only real mall in town. So it's like I go to the Apple store there, take my computer, my phone, whatever, when something's wrong. And it's literally right next to the Walmart where the shooting happened in 2019. Yeah. 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 So and the guy's still at large from what I've last seen. They haven't caught him yet, so.
So the kid's not going to school tomorrow, right?
Well, we're all the way over here. I don't think they're gonna have anything going on tomorrow. Like it's on the other side of town, but I mean, if I don't let them go to school though, then it's like, okay, well then do I not leave my house at all? It's just such a screwed up situation, sister. It's just, it's just messed up. And it's, Christopher's getting at that age. He stayed after school today to play soccer with some friends. I let him on Fridays go to the high school, and they go give him some money to go to McDonald's. And I'm like, that's what being a teenager is, going to the fucking mall, hanging out in the food court, Like, that's what being
You're right. You can't live in fear,
but at the same time, you're like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I feel like just under attack from everywhere, It's ridiculous. But sister, I love you. I got to get back to work.
You talk to your sis all you need to, girl. Like,
but I'll call you in the morning. Okay, I love you too. Okay, bye.
I'm sure that incel will have shot himself by then. They always do.
They're that's my third ex-husband's sister, and we're really close.
How many ex-husbands do you have?
Just 3.
No, you didn't learn after the first 2. I'm not making fun of you.
The first husband was a white police officer from Arkansas. Now that I've seen Sarah Huckabee,
you have the wildest love life.
Our marriage did not last, and he was also a police officer. An El Paso police officer.
You married him? Like what?
You're a law enforcement officer. I did.
What were you thinking? Like what was
I also
the
got
appeal
married
there?
on my birthday because I thought that would be romantic.
No, well, you also don't want to.
I met him, and then 3 months later, it was like, sure.
You was just making rash decisions. His dick must have been incredible. He must have had one of those Hunter Bidens down there.
He did. I'm not gonna lie. But I had not yet discovered myself. So I didn't know how to fully appreciate it at the time. But
I don't understand.
I'm glad.
Wait, what? You didn't know how to fully appreciate what?
No, just appreciate, I was 18.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I know?
Well, I'm 38 and I still don't know shit. So no judgment here.
Of course, my second husband was Mexican, and then my third husband was Black. So I was just trying everybody to see what was going to work for me.
Yeah, you had the Neapolitan ice cream.
I think it's going to work out with the Asian guy who's next.
So I dated a Korean stand-up comic.
I mean, I applaud you've got quite the range on you.
And I did date a Vietnamese guy whose parents owned the store next to my aunt's condo.
Yeah, now all you're missing is like an Indian dude.
Have I ever dated an Indian guy?
Not like
I don't
like when white people like mistakenly refer to like Native Americans. I'm sorry. Swallow, Ty, don't spit. But like actual Indian, like the red dot.
Come on, baby, it's good for you.
No, that's
it's high in protein.
No, that's what I'm saying. And I'm trying to think because I knew this a really, really fucking hot ass. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was a dream. But
or the podcast you were listening to.
Yes, that could be true. And I thought I was dating him.
I mean, you need add a Muslim, then like
I'm looking
actual
for
African, and then
I'm gonna find somebody when I'm in Greece, and then hopefully I can get some papers.
You're gonna move,
and it's good. I'm gonna be in Mykonos, bitch.
I mean, I know America is going downhill, but like the closer we get to Eastern Europe, like the more concerned I am about the future.
Well, I thought about calling Philippe and telling him, since he's in Poland, to come down to Mykonos if he's got his papers and everything.
Well, that's an option.
It would be nice to see him.
For sure. All right. I don't know where we were in our notes.
We are, at the time, another lawyer working for Mr. Trump, Christina Haba, signed a statement attesting that a diligent search for all remaining classified documents had been conducted and that was turned over was all that remained. The attestation was drafted by Mr. Corcoran, but Miss Bob added language to it to make it less ironclad before signing it, according to people familiar with what took place.
Yeah, that sounded like she knew Corcoran was lying and she, was trying to save her own ass. CYA.
Well, that's exactly what she was doing, because that lets you know that bitch knew that she was acting foul.
Oh, yeah.
And she knew it wasn't right, because that was when she was like, what was it?
Yeah, all the documents that were still at Mar-a-Lago. She's like, oh, where did those come from? Yeah, I'm familiar with the finagling she tried to do to get out of that. We'll get to that momentarily.
That statement proved to be untrue.
As we just said.
Yep. After the visit, the Justice Department developed additional witness information and secured security camera footage that provided probable cause for the FBI to execute a search warrant in August.
They got you on camera stealing boxes on your day off, Craig. I ain't saying it was you, but it kind of looked like the back of your head.
Corcoran answered some questions about where at Mar-a-Lago he searched for documents, but declined to answer questions about his interactions with Trump and Boris Epstein, Trump's in-house counsel, citing attorney-client privilege. On Tuesday, the Justice Department sought to compel his testimony with a sealed motion, citing the crime fraud exception.
Yeah, Carol, you're a lawyer. Would you like to elaborate further on what the crime fraud exception is?
I was paying attention both right now and in law school.
Okay, well, one of the things...
I'm going to read the thing.
Well, the relationship between an attorney and their client.
Yes, if it's about a future crime, or I don't fucking remember.
It's okay.
Again, I do
that
software
kind of
licensing.
Lawyer. Yes, that's the joke, Carol. Don't tell them.
No, but the crime fraud exemption is similar to if your attorney is considered a co-conspirator, so to speak, if they're involved in the crime somehow. Maybe not co-conspirator is the right word, but...
This is so embarrassing for me.
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
You're in your defense, Carol. I did audit law classes.
Let's start with attorney-client privilege, right? So it's the relationship between an attorney and their client usually provides a veil that protects the lawyer from being questioned or subpoenaed or investigated by lawyers for, any communications that the lawyers have with the client, except for in cases where, such communications may have been in furtherance of a crime, right? So if the lawyer is giving his client advice on how to continue committing or commit crimes in the future, then the attorney-client privilege can be disregarded and pursued in a criminal investigation. And that's what's going on here with Jack Smith's team and these dumb fucks, because clearly Trump was obstructing this investigation and using his lawyers to help conceal the fact.
So didn't you guys like my teaching style, how I taught you to teach yourself that by feigning ignorance?
You did a fantastic job, Carol. I approve. Yep. Look, it's not great when DOJ is like not only going after you, but also your lawyer, and now your lawyer needs a lawyer. But yeah, we're going to continue on in that fashion.
Jack Smith is pursuing Christina Bob as well. Haba.
Christina Baba.
Christina Baba, Alina Bob. Alina Baba Haba, Christina Haba.
All right. Do you wait, before we go, do you remember which one of them is which? What they look like? You don't remember?
They are both white-ish women with brown hair, and one of them has slightly blonder hair.
Okay, so
Abba's the racist twat. So
that's not fair.
Yeah, I'm sure Christina Bobb is also racist.
Yeah, exactly. No, so Haba is the one that kind of resembles Melanie slightly,
right,
in the face, in the facial features.
Yeah, okay.
She has the more Eastern European.
She's Middle Eastern, right?
I would imagine by her name that's possible. Yeah. So anyway, continue, Carol. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yes, I do believe I had said white-ish because I don't know.
That was a fun game.
Anyway, Corcoran appeared before the grand jury in the early weeks of January, around the same time the Justice Department subpoenaed Bob to testify about her limited involvement in the June search, which led her to certify subpoena compliance that later turned out to be incomplete.
Yeah, she got caught with her hands in the cookie jar. Corcoran wrote up that document for her to sign, and she was like, wait a second, let's edit this slightly. I don't want to overcommit, and still overcommitted. Yeah. Great.
Well, it's hard to lie. There's not really a right way
to lie to the FBI.
Obstruction.
Yeah. It's pretty tough.
That's kind of all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the exact nature of Bob's testimony is unknown, though she's faced scrutiny over that letter, which claimed that a, quote, diligent search had been conducted, despite caveats that she was signing the certification, quote, based upon the information provided to me and the, quote, best of my knowledge.
Yep, she watered it down, and she tried to throw the cork under the bus, and now they're both in trouble.
Yep. Good.
Alina Haba also appeared before the grand jury in the documents case in recent weeks, the sources said, a notable development given she's not a member of the legal team defending Trump in that criminal matter and has represented the former president in civil suits.
Yeah, his lawyers are so bad that lawyers that aren't even on this case are still even they're ending up having to testify. That's how bad his legal team is.
They all went to clown college.
Make attorneys get attorneys. Details of Haba's testimony are unclear. What?
No, I was listening to Midas Touch, and it said making attorneys get arrested.
Yeah. So no, that's what's coming next. They've gotten their own attorneys, and now they're about to get.
I thought that was I was laughing. They had coined that phrase, and I say that's good. That's a good one. Okay, continue, Karen.
Anyway, the details of Haba's testimony are unclear, though she was asked about her search last year of Trump's office at Mar-a-Lago after Trump was subpoenaed by the New York State Attorney General, Letitia James, in a separate case. In James's civil case against the Trump family and their business for alleged financial fraud, Haba had been the lead lawyer and told the court she had searched Mar-a-Lago and other properties for documents. Yeah, it seems like she went and inserted herself in a criminal case if she wanted to just be a civil lawyer, but whatever. Oh, separate civil case.
Well, yeah, so the thing
Same
is,
obstruction.
well, Letitia James was subpoenaed them for documents to which they said non-existent, but the Haba said that she would do a search of Trump's properties looking for materials in that case rather. So given that she had put on the record that she had searched those properties, I'm assuming Jack Smith wants her testimony as to whether or not that search turned up any classified information. But I if you've noticed, the common thread in these last few segments is just how fucking terrible Trump's attorneys are and how much trouble they're in. The reason why I included all these topics in the show is just to point out that, like, if you just go ahead and then fucking indict Trump, his lawyers are such buffoons that they're going to fuck it up and he'll go to jail. Just pull the trigger. Someone, anyone, just issue a fucking indictment. Yeah, I know, like in Georgia, Fannie Willis, it's coming. The special grand jury is supposed to release their report telling the world how fucked Trump and all his cronies are tomorrow, which means that at some point, Letitia James Fannie Willis is going to be issuing indictments. But I'm just saying, like, you ain't even got to wait for that. Indict him for anything. Come on, New York. Come on, Jack Smith. Come on, Merrick Garland. Anybody, just line up. Drop the indictment. Watch his lawyers fuck it up and like gift Trump to you on a platter. It's okay. Indict him for anything. He's committed a gazillion fucking crimes. Just get him for anything. You've already like nailed his fucking company, and you nailed his fucking CFO, and like you got the kids on the civil fraud. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Why are we these people are fucking dipshits. They're dipshits. They can't even go into court and testify on Trump's behalf without getting in legal trouble.
These are the dumbest fucking.
This is the dumbest people we've ever seen
on the planet, and there's the rest of us. We're out here, we're working, we're trying to make our place in the world, we're doing our best, and these fuckers
setting their careers on fire, just doing all kind of.
This is insane, and I can't imagine. Well, I don't know. Corcoran is also Steve Bannon's lawyer.
Well, Steve Bannon's going to jail.
But maybe, okay, which he hasn't been paid, and maybe, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, this guy failed Bannon in the contempt of Congress. The DOJ is on his ass. The trial is pending. So I don't know what the fuck this is.
Haba got sanctioned for a fucking $1 million.
See? These are some
how bad
awful. I mean, and not just because they're awful humans. Like, these are not the best and brightest.